Okay, now we're riding high on our B up here. Right? It's a wee dee dee wee, and we've been holding it for a while. We came off a big scream up here. And now where are we going to go? Well, we're going to remember that we're playing in a band and we're not a solo artist. Okay, and now there's going to be some trade-offs happening very immediately, and so we're going to, right? So it's just back to our B pentatonic position. And why they like that A, I don't know, but boy, he just throws it in there. So right, and you have to really pre-position that note, or it's not going to go well. So right, and I am bending it. I'm not playing it flat up here because again, this is wire work. So right, and then we're going to go into option A and B, right? So option A is we play high, and option B is that we play low. I like to play the low here just because it feels like there's more meat on the bone, and I don't ever have the chance to play in front of multiple guitarists. So I like playing it down here. Right? But if you're having a chance to solo with a backing band of a lot of people, you could rip the oops, right? So artist's option, whichever way you go. I like to go down low. Just because I like more meat on the bone down there, and right, that's a high register for a solo artist. And then you're going to go down in one of the world's most challenging walk downs for me. I don't know why, I just can't remember how to do it, but doing it. Like that. So it's a walk down. Remember, we're setting up for our final climax in the song. So what we're doing is we're intentionally and very deliberately creating a foundation for what will become our beautiful, right? But before we get there, we have to set the stage, literally. So we're going, and then high or low option, let's go high. Right, and then comes this crazy walk down. Drives me crazy. Okay, and then we're going to respect flamenco guitar, which was, I think, really brilliantly respected in their acoustic version, which is so just genius, right? So we're going to go outside of pentatonics, and we're going to remember Spanish guitar all of a sudden, right before we load up for this big solo climax, right? So, wow, again, genius. And so we're going to go preload that A, or it's going to sound like ass, and then low option. And that crazy walk down. Now we're going to go right back to our Mexican and Spanish roots. Right? Where did that come from? Well, that probably came from one of the genius whose name escapes me, and that's probably why this video would remain up and not get a takedown. because that you can also, right, you can start, once you hear where he's playing, you can actually start really having some fun in this range as you're loading up, as you're just doing that final prep for, right? So, that's a great spot to land when you're getting ready for it, right? So it's woo, land on the woo, and that's just a great spot to leap off into what is then your dramatic climax for the solo. Right, so we're coming out of that screamies up to the B, wah, and then we're gonna go one, front load that A, okay, and then the high option, right, and then that crazy walk down, right? You start doing that the climax of the song. Okay, so the last part of the song is really remembering you're working as a part of a team. You're working as a part of a band. You're going to start trading licks. And somebody else is probably going to come along and give you that one. Right? And then together, you're going to what that as a team. And then you're going to find a way to load up into that climax. Right? Right? You just find that, find an awoo, or find your own way in, and you start loading into that. Remembering that they do a variation in the first time through, they go and the second time they go right. So the first time through, second time through is like that. A little bit of variations, but if I don't work those details, hopefully this won't get a takedown. So there you go. That's how to do one version of a fairly classic song.